welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Sarika. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, leave a comment, share with your friends, all the things. I can't believe I've never actually made a vision boarding video before, but there's a first time for everything. So today we're going to talk about how to crush your goals for 2025 using a digital vision board. So I'm going to kind of walk you through how to make a digital vision board, how I make it, and then how you can use your vision board to actually accomplish the goals that you set out for the year. I think that goal setting is super important because it gives you something to work towards and something to celebrate, especially when you achieve that goal. And I think as we get older, like our goals, grow and they evolve and they change and they morph. And it's important to keep setting goals for yourself for every stage of your life. And goals can be really small, they can be medium, they can be huge goals, and then you can attach a time to them. So it's super important that you are really specific and clear about what your goal is and when you want to achieve it by, and then kind of how you will get to that point. So the goals that I am going to be kind of using in this video are going to be goals that I could essentially achieve in a year. Because obviously I have 5-year goals, 10-year goals, but today is all about 2025 and crushing your goals in a year. So all the goals I talk about today will be kind of year-long goals. For those of you who don't know what a vision board is, it's pretty much a physical manifestation of your goals in pictorial form. So you use photos to kind of represent the goals that you want to achieve in a particular time period. People often vision board at the start of a new year because it's such a symbolic moment in a year, is when it starts over, that you can start fresh, you can start anew. And so it's a really good time to outline the goals that you want to make, since you have 12 months ahead of you to kind of crush those goals. So I'm not going to actually tell you my secrets at the end of the video. I am going to tell you right now ways that you can crush your goals. The first one is discipline, and that's coupled with consistency. In order to crush the goals that you kind of use this video to make, you have to be super disciplined and consistent. You cannot set out a goal and then expect the goal to just be accomplished in thin air. You have to have the discipline and commitment that it takes to actually put the work in to accomplish that goal. So if you, for example, are a content creator and you want to, get 1,000 new subscribers on your YouTube channel, but then you never make any videos, you never interact with anyone that comments on your videos, you never produce content, then how are you going to achieve that goal? You are lacking the discipline and the consistency that you need to achieve that goal. If you want to read 50 books in the year, but then every time that you are going to pick up a book, you come up with an excuse for why it's not the right time to read that book right now, or you're too busy all the time to read, you're just not going to accomplish that goal unless you have the discipline and the consistency to actually tackle the goal.
Hey, real quick, you know that video that you filmed 2 weeks ago? Why you ain't edited it? You said that you want your followers to go up and your engagement to go up, but why you ain't edit? You said that you want to make money on social media, but you ain't edit. You filmed it and said, I'ma just edit tomorrow, but you ain't got nothing to do today. You said you got bills that you can't pay, but you don't want to make the money. You said you don't want to work hard. You said that you want a man, but you don't want to go outside. You said you wanted that perfect body, but you don't want to go to the gym. You said you want to eat healthy, but you still eating them chicken wings.
So in addition to discipline and consistency, you are going to need focus. You have to essentially come back to your goals at specific points in the year. So for me, I have an accountability partner, the Honest Goddess, period. And we actually check in or we try to, several times in the year to see how we're actually accomplishing our goals at different stages of the year. Because the thing is, you make these goals and like you are super focused for January and then maybe a bit of February, and then March comes and you've forgotten all the goals. So you have to have the focus to revisit the goals. You can readjust the goals just to ensure that you actually remember the goal, and the goal is like in the forefront of your mind as you're going through the goals. You have to be also gracious and give yourself grace, essentially. If you don't accomplish a goal, it is okay to give yourself grace to a certain extent. So for example, last year I had a goal of like uploading, I think 45 videos for 2024. I think I ended up uploading 35 last year. And you know, like when my friend and I came together at the end of 2024 to kind of reflect on the goals that we made, I was really bummed out that I did not actually upload the amount of videos I set out to do in 2024. And it's really easy to get fixated and stuck on goals that you failed to achieve. But sometimes like getting stuck in failure, like while it's important to fail sometimes, like getting stuck in failure can prevent you from moving forward. So it's important that you give yourself grace so that you can move forward with the consistency and discipline that you need to tackle your other goals. Also, give yourself grace for if you've made progress in that goal, right? So like I uploaded 35 videos. So also acknowledging the fact that I did actually make progress in my goal. It's not like I uploaded 2, which is why I said you have to give yourself grace to a certain extent. Like, did you continuously make excuses for why you can't accomplish a particular goal? Then you really should reflect on what you could do differently for the next year. I am religious, so I also believe in prayer, like praying for guidance, praying for the strength and the motivation to keep tackling my goals. For people who aren't religious, like envisioning you actually accomplishing that goal and breaking down the steps that you need to take to accomplish that goal. I find that having like very specific goals with steps attached to them make the goals more achievable, right? So if you're like, my goal is to be happy, that's a great goal, except it's kind of like vague and abstract. What does happiness actually look like for you? Is there a way that we can make that goal more specific? And this is my teacher voice, right? So what you mean is to hang out with my family at least once every 2 weeks, which will make me happy. Now that is a like specific goal that you can measure, you can actually quantify. And then that smaller goal leads to your bigger goal of being happy. So those are just some tidbits of like, I wanted to preface this video with before we get into the actual vision boarding session. So the rest of the video is just gonna be like me doing a voiceover, and then there's like montages, and yeah, I hope you enjoy. I've never made a video like this before, so I hope it goes well. Hey y'all, so let's get started on crushing those goals for 2025 by using our digital vision board. So the first step is getting comfortable. I think it's really important to be comfortable when you're creating your goals so that you're really not focused on anything else. If you're too hot, if you're wearing like uncomfortable clothes, and I find that you're not as focused because you're just so distracted by how uncomfortable your outfit is. I like to pour like a glass of wine, just so I feel like really like ready to tackle these goals. So get your coffee, get your water, your wine, whatever makes you comfortable. All right, now that you're comfortable, you are ready for step 2, which is to make categories for your different goals. So I like to have general categories that I can feed and organize my goals under, because I find that if I just list all my goals, it feels a little overwhelming. But if I categorize them, 1, it helps me to stay on track, and 2, it helps me to group things that are similar to each other. And sometimes goals that are grouped in a category will lead to bigger goals under that category. So some of my like suggestions for goal categories for your goals could be career, relationships, wealth, faith if you're religious, personal development, and then any other categories that you think would relate to you. We are ready for the meat of the matter, which is creating your goals. The key to creating achievable goals for 2025 is making sure that they're really clear and very specific. So some tips to help you make clear and specific goals. We already have our categories, so you're going to go through each category. And I would suggest that you don't exceed more than 4 goals per category. If you have too many goals, then it's harder to actually accomplish all of them and put the level of focus and discipline and consistency that you need into each goal that you have. Next, I would put quantities with those goals. Again, this will make it measurable and therefore more achievable. So for example, instead of saying, I want to be healthy this year, why don't you make that more specific by adding a quantity? Example, I want to work out at least 3 times per week. Just adding that quantity, now your goal is measurable and therefore more specific and therefore more achievable. Again, please create realistic goals. This is a vision board for 2025, so don't create goals that cannot actually be achieved in 2025 because this will make it harder for you to actually get it done in the time span that you've kind of set out for yourself, and therefore can feel really demoralizing if you don't achieve. Have fun creating your goals and make sure you make them clear, specific, quantifiable, and measurable.
Unjust, you good. It's done just, you good. It's done just, yeah, done just, yeah. Just for the record. Just for the record. If they like with the job at the tomato, then no go catch up. We are going better now. I so blame them all. You go do your one time, I go for one time, I'm not to buy mess up. Anything you wish me.
My next step is one of my personal favorites, is where we get to actually save photos that represent the goals that you've made. So I like to use Pinterest because they have very aesthetic looking photos, and I want my vision board to look aesthetically pleasing. So I would suggest putting your goals on one side of your laptop and then having Pinterest or Google Images or wherever you want to get your photos from on the other side, so you can have your goals side by side with your photos. And then for me, my trick is on Pinterest, I always put aesthetic beside the goal. So for example, if my goal is a salary increase, I'll write salary increase aesthetic. And then I make a folder on my computer called Vision Board, and I'll save the photos into that folder so it's easier for me to find the photos when I'm going on Canva to make the actual vision board. Try and find photos that really represent the goals, because you need to be able to understand what the photo means when you see it on your computer or your phone. So make sure that you're making good decisions in terms of your photos. Have fun saving your photos and enjoy.
Man no be God, make them they talk, that's what they fly like a helicopter. Nobody girls have got an inshallah with them over. Question, but then no get the answer. 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 Answer, bossa, do we do? Yeah, go sing a salad when you they move. See green light when I look at you. Last time I take picture with you. Now my cassava where you they look. When I say I know see what you do. See when we go get it wild like Sulesu. Got to money console. Anything you wish me.
The next step is to actually make your digital vision board. So I suggest using Canva because they have pre-made templates that will make it easier for you to format your photos when you're trying to make your vision board. So you'll want to go on Canva, and then you want to type into the search bar 2025 vision board, and then you'll get a ton of different templates that you can use that are also free. Once you've selected the template that you like, you're going to upload all of the photos from that folder that you made on your computer with the photos that you've saved that represent your goals. once you've uploaded the photos onto Canva, you can then, drag the photos onto the actual template that you've selected and format where you want the photos to be. It's up to you how you want to organize your photos. I like to just put them randomly across the vision board. Some people like to organize their photos by category. So all of the career photos will be in one part of the vision board. All of the relationship photos will be in one part of the vision board. It is up to you and kind of your preference. So I think this is like another creative part of the process. So really have fun and do what feels right for you and enjoy watching me make my vision board.
My mind. I ain't got a clue, bro. I said 5 in the morning. I wake up to 5 for my earnings. Yeah, in my mind is a warning. Pray to the one you're relying. I've been wandering all day. Tried to be fine, but I can't be. The noise in my mind wouldn't leave me. Tried to get by, but I'm burning. I'm behind, my mind is running. All these thoughts I'm troubling. Starting to give up my pain. Fighting to be on my lane. My mind running to the other side. When it's time to leave my life, then it tries to take me out. Tell you what I need. Right, yeah, I really need time.
Okay, y'all, we did it. We made our vision board. She looks so good. She looks aesthetic. She looks clear, specific, representing all my goals for the year. So this is my final vision board. And after you've made your vision board and you've taken a look at it and you made any changes and you feel really good with it, you're going to save it to your computer. And then you are going to set it as your desktop background. You can also make it your background on your phone. The reason why I do this is so that every time I go onto my computer, I am reminded of my goals constantly. The goal is to not forget what your goals are. So I think this is a really good way of doing that. And my last step is to hold yourself accountable. So the way that I do that is to set 4 reminders throughout the year for each quarter. So that I will go and check on my goals to kind of record my process throughout the year and just to remind myself of some of the goals. And I can also add goals or change goals. The world is your oyster. So I hope you enjoyed this video and make some goals for 2025, and I hope you crush all of them. See you in the next one. Bye.